Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be doing a foundation review, and I in particular love these videos because it's always difficult for me to find a great foundation, and so I love sharing my thoughts with you, and I hope you're able to share your thoughts with me on some of your favorite foundations. This is actually a brand new release in 2021. It does come from Sephora, and surprisingly the Sephora collection, it is the Best Skin Ever foundation. If you're interested in hearing a little bit more about how this foundation performed, then make sure you keep on watching, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. I have to admit, as of late, the Sephora collection has really been impressing me. I've been loving their glosses, their liquid lips, their bronzers, powders, eyeshadows, lashes, oh my god, mascara even, you name it, I've been loving it. And so my interest was piqued when I saw that a brand new foundation was coming out. And so as soon as it became available, I ordered it. It arrived on my doorstep the very next day, which was actually really shocking considering some of my packages have taken 2 to 3 months to arrive on my doorstep. Nevertheless, I immediately began to wear this foundation because I was so curious about how it would perform on my very complex skin. Normally I have a very oily skin, sometimes combination skin, but as of late, given quarantine measures, not being able to leave the house, my skin has been a little more on the dry, or I guess maybe the dehydrated side. I do deal with texture, with acne scarring, I have rosacea around my cheeks, so as you can see, there are several issues that I have with my skin, and that's what makes finding a very good foundation to be very complex for me. When this arrived, it didn't have any packaging on it. It was basically just the glass jar in bubble wrap, which I thought was kind of cool. Minimized packaging, I'm okay with that. But the most impressive part was the packaging itself. It is a glass jar, which I guess makes it recyclable, which is nice. It does come in a pump, which I am very pleased about, and we have 25 milliliters of product, or just under 1 ounce, so it's 0.84 ounces of product for 25 Canadian dollars. The foundation does come in 50 different shades, which is kind of cool, but I was able to find a pretty decent shade for myself. I got mine in the shade 20N, and I usually have a light complexion with golden undertones, sometimes neutral, depends on the brand. So looking at this bottle, I thought, oh my god, does this not look so much like my Bobbi Brown foundation? This is the Skin Longwear Weightless Foundation. I was like, these look very similar. Like I said, as soon as my foundation arrived, I began wearing it immediately. I wanted to see how it would perform on my skin when it wasn't in the best shape, but then also when it was in really good condition. And so I put it through a few wear tests, and I was really enjoying the result. I'm going to insert a clip here that shows you how I applied my foundation today. I took 2 pumps on the back of my hand, which was a generous amount, but it was the perfect amount to cover my face. It blended out beautifully with my beauty blender. I have not tried blending it out with a brush just because I don't like applying foundation with a brush anymore. The beauty blender is the way to go for me. The foundation blended out beautifully. I had 0 issues. It dried down in a timely manner, but it didn't dry down so quickly that I had to work really fast to blend everything out. I did start off with half my face, then I moved over to the other half, which is typically how I apply my foundation, and I was able to get it on pretty quickly. I did try building it up in my problem areas, which is my cheeks, and it built up beautifully. I think I got a good amount of coverage. The website does say this is a medium cover foundation. I'd probably say it's light to medium. It's not the most pigmented foundation, but I feel like it improved the appearance of my skin. So it's just making my skin look one step better than what it does with no makeup on. This foundation does have a natural finish. I wouldn't say it is matte by any means, but it's not extremely dewy. It's kind of a happy in between. You can mattify this a little bit more if you use extra powder on your face. I end up adding just a little bit of translucent powder underneath my eyes, as well as on my nose, and a little bit on my forehead, just to keep everything in place because I don't want my foundation to shuffle around or transfer. I have also tried wearing this foundation with no powder, and to be honest with you, yeah, get ready for this. I like it better with no powder. It looks so good. It feels like a glove for your face that just perfects some of your imperfections. And I should also mention the texture of this foundation is I guess more gel-like, if you will. So as you can see it on the back of my hand, it does feel more like a jelly. I wouldn't say it's super liquidy. It's definitely not a very creamy product, but that gel texture I think is really, really nice, especially for application on textured skin, which is why I was really curious about this product. And I'd go so far as to say that the texture is almost identical to my Bobbi Brown foundation. I think they're very, very similar. Just to show you what I mean, here is the Sephora foundation and here's the Bobbi Brown foundation. So as you can see, the gel texture applies flawlessly and it's so smooth, and the Sephora foundation is almost identical. Absolutely beautiful. In terms of wear time, I've been wearing this for the last 2 days and I've really enjoyed the way it wears on my skin. I think the longer it stays on my face, the better it looks, surprisingly. And throughout the day, if I do need a couple of touch-ups, I'll just go back in with my beauty blender with just any leftover product that I have on it, and I'll bounce it on my complexion just to even things out or mattify any parts of my face that have gotten a little bit too oily. I've been wearing this foundation now for 2 days, and with each of those days I have been able to get a decent amount of wear time. Is it to the point where I've reached 12 to 14 hours? Absolutely not. With my oily skin, foundation tends to break down pretty quickly on me, so I can normally get between 6 to 7 hours of just solid wear when it comes to foundations. With this product, it's no different. I think the longest I was able to go was about 7 hours before I could really start to see the foundation melt off my face. And that's okay because that's pretty standard for me. Bronzers, highlighters, blushes, they all go on top of this foundation really well. Nothing tends to shift around. It just feels really good and it's quite comfortable on the skin. Like, you don't feel like you have a lot of makeup on unless you've caked other things on top of the foundation. I'd say right now my skin just feels like it's breathing. I don't feel like I really have much makeup on, even though I kind of do. Since I'm not really going anywhere these days, I like a foundation that does give me a more natural look. I don't want something that's gonna look super cakey. I don't want something that's gonna look makeup-y, if that makes any sense. I just want something that's going to help even out my complexion a little bit, especially for those Zoom meetings where, you know, I can look a little bit atrocious. Personally speaking, I have been loving the Sephora collection really hard these days, and this foundation is just a testament to how much effort I think Sephora has been putting into that particular collection. I think the formulations are really good, they're blendable, they're pigmented, and I think they're made for users that are at the beginner level all the way up to the advanced level. Anybody can pick up this product and be able to use it confidently. And let's not forget, the price point of 25 Canadian dollars for this product is pretty damn good. The only thing that I would change about this foundation is to ask for more product. 0.84 fluid ounces is a little bit on the low side. I think most foundations have 1 ounce of product, and that's pretty standard across the board. So that's the only thing that I would change about this. But given that we're not using as much makeup, maybe that's a bit of a generalization. At least for me, I'm not using a lot of makeup, so I don't think I'm gonna go through this bottle very quickly. But in the future, I'd say if they can just, you know, bump up the packaging, give me a bit of a jumbo size foundation jar, I'd even pay 30 bucks for that. I would certainly appreciate it. As you can see, I like the product, I recommend the product, and I'd love to hear from you. Let me know if you've had a chance to try out this foundation and what your thoughts have been. Did you like it? Did it suck? Was it long wearing on you? How did you feel? Did it get your juices flowing? That actually sounded really wrong. I take that back. Don't answer that question. And that's gonna do it for this review. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you know the drill. Give this video a big thumbs up and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. If you feel like keeping up with me outside of YouTube, you are more than welcome to do that by following me on all of my social media, which I will link for you in the description box below. Thank you again so much for watching. I hope you are all having an incredible day, no matter where you are in the world. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!